Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. You're watching NDTV. The nomination deadline for the Maharashtra Assembly election ended today with key political rivals, the Maha Aghadi on one side and the Mahayuti on the other. Final differences over seat allocations remained unresolved till the last few hours. In fact, MVA hadn't confirmed candidates on 11 seats and Mahayuti is yet to finalize candidates on 4 seats. There were key seats where there were no candidates, and in some multiple seats there were more than one staking claim. Well, it is a high-stakes election in perhaps the most economically significant state of the country, and there is much to prove for each of the 6 parties involved. For the BJP, it has to be a validation that 2024 Lok Sabha setback in the state was a one-off occurrence for the party, and for the Senas, it is a fight for legacy, legitimacy and power. And for the NCP, it is about who will chart the course for future for the party. In the course of the next few minutes, we will talk about prevailing issues in Maharashtra, expectations from the campaign, and of course, the final highlights of the nominations. Joining us now is Guru Prakash, who is spokesperson BJP. We have Clyde Crasto, who is spokesperson NCP led by Sharad Pawar. We have Dr. Shama Mohammed, who is the national spokesperson Congress Party, and we have Rohit Chandavarkar, who is consulting editor, Free Press Journal. Thank you all of you for joining me on this discussion. To you, Shama, first, the Congress that put out a significantly commendable performance in Maharashtra in 2024 Lok Sabha elections was seen to be putting its house in order in the last few days, with of course NCP and UBT Sena pulling their weight, insisting on fighting more seats. In places like Baikula and Dharavi, I hear of multiple candidates. Is this lack of coordination impacting the Congress party's performance? Because you also have someone like Mr. Raut, Sanjay Raut, saying that, warning the Congress party against fielding candidates in seats such as Sholapur South.
See, we have no issues. We will get, everything will be all right. Whenever you have alliance partners, there are certain discussions. But none of our alliance partners said that when we see NCP Ajit Pawar, I feel like vomiting. That's what Eknath Shinde factions MLA said in a meeting, that I can't sit next to them because I feel like vomiting. So what is happening there? We are seeing that the people they have been against, for example, Ajit Pawar, who they've always called in saying he has a gotala of 70,000 crore, all of them, including the Fadnavis, Prime Minister Modi, is now their partner. Then we are seeing in the Ajit Pawar faction, there has been ticket given to Nawab Malik. And who is Nawab Malik? Who put Nawab Malik behind bars? The Devendra Fadnavis government. They said that he is connected to Dawood Ibrahim. Just imagine, anybody from the Maha vikas Aghadi has connection to Dawood Ibrahim, then they'll say we are terrorists, Islamization of the country, all those things. Now they are the ones who have put NCP Nawab Malik as a candidate. His daughter is also a candidate. So now there is no Dawood Ibrahim connection. I would like to ask Guru Prakash. They give teachers, madrasa teachers, they are increasing the salaries. Then there is no appeasement, no Islamization, nothing. But when
Shama, I will ask the BJP spokesperson that, but there are also differences within the MVA, which is why there are at least 10 seats which are still getting resolved. So would you also talk about, how are you going to solve that sort of coordination issues? And also, this is a story of aspirations.
You have used a word saying still getting resolved. You're right. It is still getting resolved. It will get resolved. There are issues. I'm not denying it. And there will be issues because in Mumbai itself, we do know that there are 2 parties who were fighting the same seats, but they were on different sides. But we will find a way. We have always found a way. That is how. And the Congress is always, we sacrifice for the good of the country, for the good of the state, and for the good of Maha Vikas Aghadi. So we might make sacrifice. That is for Maha Vikas Aghadi to win. But unlike their party, there is Shaina NC who's been for years in Bharatiya Janata Party has gone to Shiv Sena. Narayan Rane's son is also gone from BJP to Shiv Sena, Eknath Shinde. So globalization is happening there. Ask them the questions about Dawood Ibrahim's connection to Nawab Malik. What has happened to that?
How is the BJP going to justify its position of allying with a party that has fielded Nawab Malik? Because practical politics everybody understands, but BJP also prides on the fact that it is an ideologically driven party. It is different from others.
No, Vasudha, I think you have mentioned a very important point of lack of coordination. I'll come to question as well. But we have to understand the unnaturalness of Mahavikas Aghadi. Bala Saheb Thackeray said Congress party is a party of eunuchs. Bala Saheb Thackeray said Congress party is a party of scoundrels. And today, Shiv Sena UBT is in alliance with Congress party. So I think Congress party or Maha Vikas Aghadi representative, they have no locus standi or moral authority to speak on the strangeness of any alliance. Point number one. Point number two, as far as Maharashtra is concerned, we have to understand, and you also mentioned in your initial set of observations that Congress party had a remarkable victory in Maharashtra. For our kind information, it is very important when it comes to Haryana, Congress party often talks about the vote percentages, vote share. In Maharashtra, in the Lok Sabha election, Vasudha, the BJP-led Mahayuti was 43.03%. The Congress-led MVA was 43.05%. So this narrative, which is being amplified, which is being magnified, that MVA sweep the Lok Sabha election, I think we need a perspective on that. And as far as the question on Nawab Malik is concerned, let me make this very clear. Any political party, and especially an alliance which has fielded the likes of Abu Azmi, who has made a communally charged statement कि हम चार हो जाएंगे तो आपको बता देंगे हम क्या कर सकते हैं. They are speaking on the holy alliance or the political discourse. This is something which is beyond my comprehension.
You have said there is Dawood Ibrahim is connected. No,
the lack of coordination, the lack of understanding, the lack of
why
understanding.
are you putting us as a candidate?
Vasudha, is it my turn?
Okay,
Vasudha,
now
it
is Clyde's turn. You've had your turn. Clyde,
Last 10 seconds.
Last 10 seconds. Guru, I'll come back to you. Guru, I'll come back to you. Clyde,
Vasudha, last 10 seconds.
Clyde, you know.
Vasudha, last.
Okay,
I was
okay,
second.
please.
Vasudha, last 10
Quickly.
seconds. Vasudha, I'm sorry. I need last 10 seconds.
Quickly,
No,
Guru, please.
I think talking of electoral discourse, talking of electoral discourse, Congress MLA Irfan Ansari has used word like rejected mal for a tribal lady in Jharkhand. Who is going to answer for that?
We have condemned it. We have condemned it.
From marginalized section. And today you are speaking of it. Irfan Ansari.
Shama, would you like to respond to that?
Rejected mal, you said it. Rejected mal. This is your mindset.
Okay,
this is your mindset.
Shama, quickly respond to that so that I can go to others.
I want to respond to that. We have condemned what he said, but
Irfan
when our
Ansari said
sister
rejected mal,
Pahalwan was
Sita
getting
Sore.
raped by Brij Bhushan
Condemnation will not help. I'm sorry.
Okay, Clyde,
Condemnation will not help. I'm
yes.
sorry.
Okay.
Irfan Ansari has said, did you answer for that? Apologize for that right here.
Okay, Clyde, you wanted to say something. Let me ask the same question to you. You know, is the NCP led by Sharad Pawar, which actually had, amongst the best strike rate during Lok Sabha elections, are you also feeling this brunt, this burden of lack of coordination in MVA?
No, I'll tell you, Vasudha, you talk about lack of coordination, you talk about having issues. We don't have issues like we feel like vomiting or nauseating, or we don't call anybody liar. Our issues are that we want to give the best candidate possible for that constituency. And that's a fantastic issue to have, that we are coming together, having dialogues and discussing to give the best candidate. So there's no issue at all whatsoever. I don't feel like vomiting when I sit next to any congressman or Shiv Sena guy. These people are feeling like vomiting. Now let me tell you something. The BJP spokesperson, and I think this is the narrative that they've got because they've got nothing to talk. They spoke about Bala Saheb Thackeray, that they called the Congress whatever. Just a few months ago, the Honorable Prime Minister of India called Ajit Pawar.
Party of eunuchs.
I didn't speak when you were speaking,
okay,
my friend. I'm a master at speaking in between. So don't get to that, please. Okay? The Honorable Prime Minister called Ajit Pawar corrupt, accused him of 70,000 crore scam, and then they took him in his party. I have a whole list of names. I can sit with you all evening. Should I tell you the names of people?
The investigation is going on. It's done and dusted.
Guru Prasad, whatever your name would be, I'm sorry I didn't read your name, so I speak for that. Yes. If you want to talk in between, then I'm a master at talking in between with you. Then the Aushuda will be on the side. So let's not get there. Okay. We are not on that.
I was spoken in between as well, sir.
No,
I was spoken in between.
I didn't speak when you were speaking. Did I speak?
With your allies. So I think you should keep this.
No, so maintain that decorum. You want to get into this banter, Vasudha, let's go for it. Okay. I'm happy.
Clyde, finish your point. I have to go to Rohit also.
Yeah, but then let him allow me to finish. Yes, Vasudha, please. Second point, he's talking about here and there. When the BJP went with Mehbooba Mufti, where was their morals? They are talking big things about all these things. So, BJP
okay, point taken. Let me also go to Rohit Chandavarkar. Yeah. Rohit, you're the expert here. 6 parties, 288 seats. Clearly, there are many who have been disappointed. Tell us how potent is the rebel factor here, because I was looking at some voices, and like Shama was also saying, Srinivas Vanga is the sitting Shiv Sena MLA from Palghar. He has now publicly expressed regret for joining the Shiv Sena. He said that, it's a grave mistake. He's calling somebody Dev Manus. So, Uddhav Thackeray. So, we also see UBT Sena hitting out at the Congress party for not deciding seat sharing earlier. So how are you looking at the role of independents and rebels in Maharashtra elections?
Yes, very good question. Vasudha, let's bring the discussion back on track, because we have to talk about what's happened today. Whatever we are hearing last few minutes is about what's happened in the last 1 year, who's to blame, etc., and the usual expected things that we heard. Why are we discussing this today? That's the most important thing. That today the limit for filing the nomination, the deadline for filing the nomination ended, and we now have the numbers of who's going to contest how many seats, etc., and we know who stands where. So the big takeaway, in my view, 2 points that I just wrote about also in my paper for tomorrow. First is that, the Congress and the BJP on their respective sides, in their respective alliances, they have managed to dominate. There was a lot of talk in the last few days, last full fortnight, that, maybe Maha Vikas Aghadi will have a three-way split, 90-90-90 or whatever. Similar things were discussed on the Mahayuti side also. What will happen, whether Ajit Pawar will get enough seats, etc. Today, we have a clear picture that on the Mahayuti side, the BJP will dominate with close to 150 seats that they have taken. And on the MVA, Maha Vikas Aghadi side, the Congress will dominate because they are the only ones who are above 100. That is point number one, and that's a clear picture that has emerged for your viewers nationally. The second point is there has been a lot of disgruntled people, a lot of aspirants on both sides of the political divide, I must say, in all parties, who are going to or who are likely to rebel, who are likely to non-cooperate with their party during the campaign, because we are hearing those voices in social media already and in public space already. So on the Congress side also, in the Shiv Sena also, the BJP also, on all sides, you will see a leader like Atul Shah, veteran BJP leader from South Mumbai. Till today afternoon, he was going to file his nomination, and last minute Mumbai BJP president Ashish Shelar had to convince him to stay back, and that seat has gone to Eknath Shinde's candidate, Shaina NC. Now, similar things are happening all across Maharashtra, within BJP also, within Congress also, all sides. So the second big point here is that there's going to be disgruntled leaders, there's likely to be rebellion, and many rebels spoiling the game for some of the parties, Vasudha.
Right. Shama, would you like to respond to that? Because, clearly, if there are going to be rebels and independents, it will also, impact the Congress party. And also, there is a direct BJP-Congress contest that's going to happen in most parts of Vidarbha. How do you see that, considering that the Congress just faced a setback in Haryana? And it's generally being said that wherever the Congress faces the BJP in a direct fight, the party fails to perform.
See, let's understand Maharashtra is not Haryana. Yes, it was a huge setback. But here in Vidarbha region, we are going to win. I'm 110% sure. See, let's understand. What have they done? Instead of talking about development of the last 4 years, what have they done? A lot of welfare schemes. According to Mr. Modi, it's called Revdi. All right. They're giving saris, they're giving utensils, they're giving kits to construction workers, increase in the salary of madrasa, to farmers, many other sops. So they're just giving, and of course, Ladli Behna. So all these are done. Why? They are saying that they have done a fantastic job in the last 4 years. Then why are you doing all these welfare schemes? Because they know that they are on the back foot and they are losing this election. The people of Maharashtra, whoever I've spoken to, are fed up of this government, because there is, Maharashtra is a very industrialized, it has a lot of funds, but there is nothing for the people. Right now, there is no employment. The Dalits and the OBCs are upset. The farmers are dying. I mean, they're killing themselves. They're committing suicide. So on a daily basis. So there are huge issues there. And I'm telling you that these small issues are not what we are having in our party is nothing compared to what they are having. And one last point. He spoke about Mr. Ansari, and I'm telling you, I condemn what Mr. Ansari says. See my mouth. But you never condemned what Brij Bhushan Sharan Singh did to those wrestlers when he molested them, many of them. And another thing, in Jharkhand, the governor of Odisha, Raghubar Das, is campaigning in Jamshedpur. I want to know why is he campaigning? It's a governor. He has no right to campaign. There is proof and evidence of him campaigning.
Guru, see, that's an important point that Shama has raised.
We are worried about the election commission also. He spoke about Jharkhand. So I need to bring Jharkhand if he speaks.
Okay, this is about Maharashtra. Shama, we'll have to speak to Maharashtra, please.
The model code of conduct. Okay. And we have an issue with the election commission also.
Okay.
We don't know if the election commission is totally fair.
Guru, would you like to respond to that? Because, using welfare is excellent, but, is the BJP, there's a template. We saw that in Maharashtra, Chhattisgarh. Well, time, Congress also uses the model of guarantees, right? So I think both parties are to blame here if you're really talking about welfare. Guru, do you see this as a sustainable way to actually, address anti-incumbency?
No, why is it not remedy now? Ask Guru
No,
Prakash.
Vasudha, if you look at the data, Vasudha, I think, Vasudha, are we going to derail the debate?
Guru, please, yes.
No, I think 2014 Vidhan Sabha election, BJP single largest party. 2019 Vidhan Sabha election, BJP single largest party. People are dying, people are unemployed. I think people of Maharashtra have spoken on 2 occasions in the past, and I don't think people of Maharashtra will go against us, because the Bharatiya Janata Party and the people of Maharashtra, there is a solid symmetrical connection. They speak of development. UP was in power in center, Vasudha. How much money they gave to Maharashtra? 1 lakh crore. Since 2014, NDA has given more than 10 lakh crore to Maharashtra for their development. Point number 2, maximum number of Vande Bharat trains in Maharashtra. Point number 3, more than 1 crore beneficiaries of Pradhan Mantri Kisan Samman Nidhi Yojana. Point number 5, Ayushman Bharat Yojana is a huge success in Maharashtra. Point number 5, you have to understand, do you see, Meenakshi Natarajan, Tanchumal, Digvijay Singh, Imarti Devi, Dalit women, Kamal Nath, inka ras nikal gaya hai. I think Meenakshi Natarajan, you have no answer. Archana Gautam, you have no answer. You have a special distaste for Dalit women. You have a special distaste and disregard for tribal women. For tribal women and Dalit women, you have a special regard, and this shows your feudal mindset.
Your
feudal mindset precisely the Congress parties against Dalit and Adivasis. The Congress parties against Dalit and Adivasi rejected Mal, Irfan Ansari, Meenakshi Natarajan, Angika Datta, Radhika Khera, who is going to answer for all of them? Radhika Khera, Archana Gautam, Angika Paul, who is going to answer for all of them?
We'll have to let others speak, yes.
After Kuldeep Singh Sengar, who is he?
This debate is about Maharashtra, let's stick to that.
Meenakshi Natarajan, Imarti Devi, Dalit and tribal
would you want to say
no
something, the big takeaways on identity in Maharashtra? Yes.
This is a true face and true character of Congress party.
Yes. Rohit, yes.
Is that for me?
Yes. Clyde, I'll come to you, Rohit, quickly. You want to say some big takeaways from today's episode?
Okay. Is that question for me?
Yes, yes, Rohit, it's for you.
Yeah. So just to repeat one point that I, talked about in your previous show. See, the thing is, this time, like 1995, I can predict a situation where perhaps there might be too many rebels and too many independent candidates contesting, and maybe some of them likely to win. So we might have a sizable number of independents and rebels in the Maharashtra Assembly, which is something that we saw in 1995. After that, we have not seen that. So I think that is going to be an important factor. If you look at Mumbai or Vidarbha or any other place, any other region, what you can see is that there is going to be a very small margin with which the winning candidate will win. And if parties have rebels within their structure, they might eat away, 10,000, 15,000, 10,000. It's going to be a fight of
small margins.
Votes.
Quickly, Clyde, you wanted to make a point.
In that case, there will be, 30, 40, maybe independents in the upcoming assembly, and that will change the game completely. Pun intended, I'm saying rebels might spoil the party.
Clyde, quickly, I'm completely out of time. You wanted to make a point.
I'll make it very quick. 2 quick important points. One is, while the BJP spokesperson talked about, Maharashtra getting a lot of things, let's talk about 3 big tickets projects that went out of Maharashtra. Vedanta Foxconn, Tata Airbus, and Bulk Drug Park. That is the important part where employment and all kind of lost in Maharashtra. That's taken up. Guru,
10 lakh crore versus 1 lakh crore. You should answer for that.
Don't get there, Guru. If you start interjecting every debate that I meet you, I will interject.
Okay, I'm completely out of time. Thank you all of you for joining me.
Don't make this short channel. Don't make this short channel.
Thank you all of you for joining me on this show. The filing of nominations for Maharashtra single-phase assembly elections concluded today. But of course, there is a lot of uncertainty on many seats. Candidates will have until 4th of November to withdraw their names. But of course, we'll have to wait and see. This time, the dynamics of the elections are very different, and so are the alliances, and so is the chemistry. We will keep tracking that for you.